Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Caleb and today I want to talk to you about how to pay near zero gas fees across many different blockchains. So really it depends on kind of the location of your crypto. There's three different kind of tiers that I've broken down describing what I think most people will fall under. So the first one is you have your crypto on centralized exchanges. And I think most people are at this stage, just since this whole space is sort of a brand new. The second one is many people will have it on ETH wallets because most exchanges have only implemented ERC20 withdrawals, which means you're only able to withdraw crypto to a wallet that's connected to the Ethereum blockchain. So as you know, the Ethereum blockchain has crazy gas fees. Recently, it's come down a bit, but we've seen that during periods of very high volatility, gas fees can jump upwards to like $20 per transfer, or I've seen even over $100 per transfer, just to make one transfer or to swap on Uniswap. So we want to avoid that and basically avoid Ethereum altogether. There's tons of many different blockchains that you can use to get yield off of your crypto, and I think that moving off of Ethereum to participate in DeFi is satisfactory for most people. And beyond that, some people will actually have their crypto already on these different chains, which are described as L1, L2. I won't get too much into the details of it, but basically these chains are sort of based from Ethereum, and you can basically transfer from Ethereum onto a completely different chain, which means you have your crypto on a network of different computers communicating with each other. So I'm going to break these down into 3 points, and you can go ahead and skip to any point in the video to whatever describes you. But for the first one, I'm going to talk to where I think most people are at, which are with centralized exchanges. So for example, most people will have their crypto on either Coinbase or like Binance. So what I would suggest is if you have crypto here, do not withdraw via Ethereum or USDC or USDT to your Ledger or to your MetaMask account. What you want to do is you want to withdraw using a native asset that has very low gas fees, such as Solana, Polygon, and Avalanche. So Solana will have gas fees that are always less than 1 cent. Really, it's like 0.00001 cent. So it's basically free. Polygon won't cost you more than a few cents, and Avalanche won't cost you more than a few dollars, which is drastically better than Ethereum, where it can cost anywhere between $10 and $120 per gas fee. For example, Coinbase Pro will offer ERC20 tokens for you to withdraw, but these are going to be costing an extremely high gas fee, anywhere between like $20 to $40 just to transfer out of Coinbase Pro at times. So what I'm suggesting is to actually just purchase low gas fee cryptos like Solana, Polygon, and Avalanche, and then withdraw those directly to the native chain. So for example, if you have wrapped Bitcoin, and you want to put that on Solana so that you can use DeFi in a low cost way, you would swap your wrapped Bitcoin to Solana on Coinbase Pro and then withdraw Solana to your Solana wallet. Now, the drawbacks to this is going to be a taxable event because you're swapping to another crypto. But to be honest, if you put your wrapped Bitcoin on Solana and then put it into a DeFi protocol, you would most likely be assessing a taxable event anyways. So really the main thing you should worry about is just the trading fee. So, if you're going to be, trading $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, then maybe I would just say do the normal withdrawal route. But if you're just trading a few $100s or, maybe even just $1,000 in Bitcoin, then I would first swap it to Solana, Polygon, Avalanche, or, even Luna, even though Luna's not on Coinbase Pro. But you get the point. With a low amount of crypto, you swap to a low gas fee crypto. For the second group of people, if you are an Ethereum user and you have crypto on an Ethereum wallet, traditionally you would interact with decentralized applications on the Ethereum network, but we've seen that with Uniswap, costs can go to upwards of $100 just per swap. So really, it's just become unusable at this point, and we want to avoid Ethereum as much as possible at this point, unless if you're a whale who has tons of money and doesn't really care too much about the gas fees. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer to low gas fee blockchains like Solana, Polygon, and Avalanche. What I use is Portal, which was also known as Wormhole, or I use the native bridges according to whatever network you're bridging to. So Polygon has a native bridge and Avalanche has a native bridge. For the most part, though, you can use Wormhole to bridge to kind of most chains that people will want to bridge to. So this is Portal Bridge, where you can select the source of your funds and the target of your funds and bridge funds over for a relatively cheap fee depending on where you start from. Now in this case, we're starting from Ethereum and we want to bridge to, for example, let's say Solana. If you're bridging over from Ethereum, the cost is actually going to be pretty high because you have to interact with the Ethereum network in order to bridge out of it. So really, this is going to be just a one-time fee to bridge out of Ethereum so that you can now enjoy the benefits of having near zero gas fees on Solana. So it's going to ask you to connect your MetaMask wallet that's connected to the Ethereum blockchain. And then it's going to ask to connect to your Solana wallet. So I use Phantom for Solana, so it'll probably ask you to connect to Phantom if you choose to go with that. And once you pay the one-time fee to bridge to Solana from Ethereum, then you'll achieve the very low gas fees on Solana. So I just showed you one bridge to use in this scenario. There's a couple other bridges. Normally, I would go with very well-respected bridges like Portal. And the other ones that I would go with are the bridges that are actually native to the actual ecosystem itself. So Polygon has its own bridge and Avalanche has its own bridge. So you can also use those if you want, but really they all get the same job done. So the third group of people actually have their crypto on an L1 or L2 wallet, like with Phantom or, Kepler, or, if their crypto is on Polygon or Avalanche. So you can either continue to use that ecosystem and reap the benefits of having low gas fees, or you can choose to bridge back to a centralized exchange. And the way that you would do that is by first swapping it to the native token and then bridging it over to the centralized exchange. Because if you bridge whatever asset you have on Solana to Ethereum first and then to the exchange, you're going to end up paying 2 gas fees. And the reason why most people do that is because exchanges only accept ERC20 tokens most of the time. So really, I would just swap to the native token and then transfer it back to a centralized exchange. Now, this will create a taxable event, but most of the time you don't have to worry about this, because if you're planning to bridge over to a centralized exchange, most of the time you're going to be swapping and creating a taxable event anyways. So really, I would just avoid the Ethereum blockchain altogether and just swap to the native token and then transfer it to the exchange you want it to go to. So some additional tips are to first check the exchange withdrawal fees. So most of the time people will get to the end of the withdrawal process and find out it costs like $50 to withdraw to an Ethereum address. So to avoid that, just make sure that you check the withdrawal fees, just so you know kind of what you're getting yourself into as you start a withdrawal. And then another one is to check the gas fees across the different blockchains. I've included some links below in the description for you to check out. And then thirdly, Crypto.com actually offers, I think, the best selection of cross-chain native assets. So for example, with USDC, you can deposit it from Solana and then actually withdraw it to a Polygon address. So with that, you can save on the bridging fees just by transferring from your wallet to Crypto.com and then back to whatever target network you want to go to. So in summary, I would purchase cheap gas fee tokens if you are on an exchange and you want to start to use DeFi. So you would purchase low gas fee tokens, kind of like Solana or Avalanche, and then transfer them to the network that you're targeting, and then swap it to the actual tokens that you want. Secondly, if you have crypto on an Ethereum wallet on the Ethereum network, you want to bridge out of Ethereum to a low gas fee network using one of the bridges that I described in this video. If you're the third group of people who have crypto on a low gas fee network, you can continue to use that network or bridge to a low gas fee network that's different from the current one that you're on. Or if you want to bring it back to a centralized exchange, I would recommend first swapping it to the native token of the network that you're on, then transfer that back to your centralized exchange. Most people will go and bridge back to Ethereum and then transfer to their exchange, because most exchanges will require you to deposit ERC20 tokens. But what you can do is you can just transfer it back to your centralized exchange without going through Ethereum. Most exchanges will require you to use a ERC20 token and deposit that, but more and more exchanges are opening it up to native tokens. So most likely they won't take a wrapped Bitcoin on Solana, but they will definitely take Solana on the Solana network. So that's why we're going to be transferring on the low gas fee network and then transferring to the centralized exchange of your choice. That's all I had planned for today. If you want to follow me for more, you can follow me at DeFi Supply on Twitter, or you can subscribe to me at DeFi Supply on YouTube. I'll catch you guys next time.